bulletin, you've already realized that there last week, I decided to just use that and you'll hear a little bit more about the praise singing and the song of reflection later. But let's start with what's going on in the life of the congregation. We've started another month, so that means tomorrow is Meatball Monday. So I'll be in the morning, and the Meatball Monday will be going on in the afternoon. What else is going on this week?
Well,
Peggy?
go.
Go ahead, Tim.
I just want to remind everybody that next Sunday, we don't care about Super Bowl, but we do care about soup and sandwiches tomorrow. Next Sunday, after church is proper. So if we want to make some sandwiches, some soup, whatever comes when we get to eat.
Okay. Peggy?
Yeah, there's a community vigil today in regards to Minneapolis, and there'll be a march. Well, that's at 2 o'clock at United Presbyterian, which is 42 Shenango Street, and there'll be a march over to the courthouse about 2:45. And if people just want to do that for a few minutes with the beings at home, but you can come to the vigil if you want without being obligated to walk over.
Okay. Any others? Michelle?
Next Monday, the 9th, is the audit committee meeting to do the audit on the textbook.
When is that again?
Monday the 9th.
Yeah, when?
At 11.
I missed it. Huh?
You're retired now, you're obligated.
Even when I wasn't retired, I did it.
Yeah, you do it anyway. Anything else?
I have one. Today is February 1st, and that means that David and I have been together for 46 years.
Oh. David says it only feels like 20. Congratulations.
He's put up with it.
Sometimes a little bit says a lot. Anything else? All right, well, Michelle will clue us in about our praise singing.
Good morning. Today we're changing the praise songs at the beginning of February, so we're going to go in the black book, Faithfully Sing. And it's going to be 2148, Over My Head. So if you're able to sing it.
I
Jesus calls us to praise and prayer, to song and silence.
Jesus calls us to worship.
Jesus calls us to hearing and healing, to service and solidarity.
Jesus calls us to advocacy.
Jesus calls us to advocacy and action, to protest and provision.
Jesus calls us to justice.
Let us heed the call of Jesus.
Let us worship together with joy.
And now, Lord of the Days.
For Alex Frederick. Today, we light the candle of peace, hope, and justice for Alex Frederick, who was killed by 2 ICE officers as he struggled to resist their power on Saturday, January 24th. We light this candle in thanksgiving for his life as a nurse who chose to work at a hospital for veterans, as a citizen who demonstrated a desire to resist injustice and protect his neighbors from harm, and as a helper whose final words including asking a woman, "Are you okay?" after she was pushed to the ground. Truths that stand in stark contrast to our government's eagerness to draft talking points that label him a domestic terrorist. As we light this candle, we acknowledge how we have been slow to see and name that what happened to Renee and Alex in Minneapolis has echoed experiences of evil and injustice that many black and brown siblings have endured for generations. In humility, we confess our own complicity in the sin of racism and the structures that allow it to persist. Forgive us, O God, and reveal to us again that we all have all that is needed to stand against the violence while working tirelessly for a tomorrow where every human life is embraced as safe. The light shines in the darkness. Let us recommit ourselves to walking in Jesus' ways of justice. Certainly, we continue to pray for the people in Minneapolis and lots of other places, including our own area where ICE has been active. They went to, my cousin owns a Northern Scapes and does landscaping and that kind of thing, and they came just to check to make sure he didn't have any, not that he had hired, but